Ooh, hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. Good times with Scar here, and welcome back to the wonderful worlds of Hermit and Crafting. And we're piloting ourselves around our beautiful islands that we created because we need some inspiration, and the reason being is we're gonna make another island today, and it's gonna be amazing. So this, of course, is where we left off in our last episode. We finally finished this island and all the things hidden deep within the sea crystal. Ooh, look, you can see the sea crystal. We're gonna take a look at that in just a moment. And of course, the enchanter was installed and ready to go up on the top. So now that leaves us the ability to just make a couple little modifications to the sides of the boat and things along those lines. But we need to find a location out here to start our next island, and that will be Mining Island, the most creative name I could possibly muster. So it is going to be really, really cool. I actually have some pretty exciting plans for it, and we're really trying to make mining fun. We're trying to make it interesting and cool. Like, why should we just make a little like tunnel going straight down and call that good? No, we can't settle for that. We're trying to make things better. So let's head on inside the cave because I've got a tale of jokes and gags. That's right. So I came in here after watching Azuma's video. Probably shouldn't have watched it, but apparently he played a joke on me, right? He had a pufferfish. He put it in my little pond down here. So I swim down here trying to find X's pufferfish. Turns out it was dead and it was floating in the water. Got him. So come after me again, X. Your little pufferfish won't stand the might of the pirate island. No, it died instantly in there. Wasn't compatible. But anyway, guys, welcome back to Hermitcraft, and thank you guys so much for all the suggestions in the last episode about the redstone shop. We will be making that next week, and it's going to be really cool. One thing Apple's very good at is building shops, and there's so much cool things that we could do with it and so much inspiration to make this redstone shop amazing. Anyway, so like I said, we're going to be making a mine. And we're not only just making a mine, we're making this thing amazing. So if you guys are excited about making mining fun, hit that like button. Let's get this episode underway. Scarf and I have been doing a little bit of physical therapy, and I think I've gotten his neck a little bit more aligned. It still needs some work. Definitely needs some work, but I wanted to show you the interior of this build just because I'm super happy with the way it came out. And of course, up at the top here, if you haven't seen the video yet, we built the hull of the boat where the enchanter is, and this whole spire is magical because there is a sea crystal under here. So this ancient temple, and you follow the staircase down and then into the sea crystal. So that right there is a fun conduit design. Like, I think it's pretty cool. You have a fairly symmetrical build like we talked about in the video, but you also have some, like, I don't know, you could almost think of it as flesh or coral or some kind of sea creature on the sides of it. And of course, that is like the raw prismarine block, the one it changes from, you know, purple to green and things along those lines. So there is the conduit itself, and it's kind of burning out the ground below it. And I think it looks pretty cool. But one thing you can do to make this area look absolutely stunning is to turn off the night vision effect. And let me do that. And here's the sea crystal without the night vision. It gives such a dramatic feel to the area. We have the silhouetted black, you know, coming down where all the rocks are hanging, and the dark blue in the background, and the mysterious fog in the trench below. Man, this is so cool. And wait, everything just turned green. And everything's blue again. Everything's green. Everything's blue. I don't know why it did that, but everything's green and everything's blue. But anyway, let's back off just a little bit here. And I just love looking at this place without the night vision. But, you know, it's night vision. I wish we had the ability to turn it off. Like, if we could adjust the effects accordingly, that would be like really, really cool. But, you know, you come in here in your camera account and enjoy the dramatic feel of the area. So I hope you guys like this. If you do, hashtag dramatic. And let's get going on our brand new mining island. It's time to get started with the planning of our build. So first of all, we're most likely going to have to build our own island. I've searched the area for any existing islands that we could use, and none of them are suitable for what we need. Now, there are two sandbars, one here on the left and one here on the right. Now, the one on the right would be my ideal choice, but unfortunately, it's lined up perfectly with our shipwreck and Black Sands Island, which would be kind of weird. Now, this one's not as ideal, but at least it wouldn't be like, you know, in a symmetrical line, if you feel what I'm trying to like say. Like, it seems kind of odd if all the islands are like that. So this one would be a little bit better. The reason we're looking for these islands like so is because when we do the redstone in the pathway down into the mines with the mine carts and stuff, it's would be difficult to just do it in the middle of the ocean, having to build a tunnel, all that stuff. It just seems like redundant work. So yeah, that is our choice. The left island or the right island, which one would you choose? I don't know. I'm gonna have to work on that, but you may be asking, well, what's the theme of this island, Scar? Well, the theme of it is Aztecan, but Scar-Tecan. So Scar-Tecan is a little bit of Aztecan theme, but a little bit of Scar interpretation on it to make it our own. So if you remember the UHB where we made the temple, well, that's what we're going to do. The pirates have raided the temple and they are, you know, excavating all the riches that lie within the temple. And it's just kind of a fun way of making a mine have a little story, a little bit of theme to it, and make it more fun. So before we do this, I have one last thing to do, and that's a gift for someone. This mysterious gift is for one, the only, Sandy Squirrel Grian, and we are going to give him a trident. Now, when I was talking to him, he seemed kind of bummed out that he hadn't got a trident yet, and then I got one in his base, and that seemed kind of unfair, so I got him another trident. It's broken, so we're going to fix it up, make it a nice trident, and then gift it to him, because I do feel kind of bad that I got like a trident in his base when he was trying so hard to get it. So yeah, we are going to gift him this one. We're going to fix it up, so we need to get a mending book at iTrade, and then we need to clean it on up, because look at this thing. It's a mess. It's all broken and dirty. Jeez Louise. There we go. Open on up and let's get started. So mending is 10 and oh yeah, we have 44 emeralds. We're going to be perfectly fine. And that's unbreaking 2. Now, is there an unbreaking 3? Wait, unbreaking 3 at 42 diamonds. Wait, can we just combine unbreaking 2 to make unbreaking 3? And that's 20. So we actually would save by buying 2 books and then just using a little bit of XP. I think that's the right way of doing it. Let's now slide into Sad Coral because it's the only anvil that I know where it is. Mine's broken. I was going to make one, but we'll just use this one. So oh wait, I need to combine these 2 things. Hold on, let me do that. There we go. That's how we save money right there. And we'll put that on there and then we'll throw mending on and there we go. So I'm not going to add like impaling or anything along those lines because he could decide what he wants because some of those can't be combined. So I think that's good. Let's go fix this thing back up and deliver it. I think I broke it. I accidentally threw it in the wall and I can't pick it back up. Oh no, there it goes. Oh my gosh, that scared me. Oh wow. I didn't realize my inventory was that full of stuff. Wow, that gave my scarred heart a little jump there. Okay, we're good now. It's fully repaired. Let's get it in a box safely there without losing it. And here we go. We're putting Aquaman's big fork in the box, a gift from Aquascar, and there we go. I just felt bad for getting a trident in his base while building the pineapple under the sea. Well, he was trying so hard to get one. So I think that makes amends for that. And yeah, I love this thing. Every time I come over here, it gives me a good little chuckle, but we got work to do. So let's head back to our base. It's time to set out into the 7 seas and choose a place to build our pyramid. Scarf, where shall we do it? The left end or the right? You know what? After a lot of deciding about how this is going to go, I'm going to go after this one. The site is ideal for everything, and once we do start forming up more and more islands around the central island, everything will look better. Yes, there's 3 islands like right in a row, but in the future, things will look very, very nice. So let's start planning this area out. And one of the benefits of building in this area is that we're going to be able to make a little bit more of a natural island because we have a foundation below us to work from, whereas those ones are 100% artificial. This one at least has some structures that we can evolve, and I think that's gonna be really cool. So I've got 3 shulker boxes, and I don't really know where to set up. I think there's a little bit of land right on up here. We'll blast through the water. Wow, did you see that action right there? That was pretty sweet. Anyway, so I think we can drop down our shulker boxes up here and start planning this. Now, where's my crafting benches? There we go. Put that one down right there. Beautiful. So what we're going to do is we're going to start raising up the land here on all of these little pieces. So that island's going to be raised. This island's going to be raised over here. And eventually we're going to get at least a platform built. Then we can start building the pyramid and all the things we have planned up here. So yeah, this is going to take a lot of work, and let me get to it. And the start of the islands are set up and ready to roll now. We do have to contend with the phantoms out there, but he's not being too much of a nuisance. So this island's starting to form its kind of lip into the water. So then we can, you know, have sand in the water plane right there. Thank you, XB. Appreciate ya. There we go. So yeah, so we'll do sand like on top of this block, and then sand will be here, and then we'll do one more block below it just to help that kind of cascading effect into the water. So this is where the pyramid's going to go. So we're going to build a pyramid here, and then of course there'll be little minecart systems and stuff going down into the mines straight down below there. This second island over here is going to be kind of the preparation area for the pirates. You know, that's where they're bringing the treasure out of the ancient temple and stuff along those lines. And eventually we'll get a boat out here and all sorts of cool stuff. So you just envision it with me now. You have palm trees, sandy beaches, and things along those lines, along with a giant ancient Ska-Tekken temple there, and pirates over here raiding it, taking out all the gold and stuff. Sounds kind of amazing. So yeah, need to do a lot more work on this island, but we're definitely finally making some progress on it. And as for the lower section down here, I think we'll be able to just make a small tunnel for the minecart systems going down. We'll be able to like enter like right here or something. So it's just a small tunnel instead of something, you know, if we were in the deep ocean, it would have taken a lot of time and resources. So I think this was well planned. I'm glad I do it over here. I think it'll fit with those guys. Eventually we'll do another island over there, and I think everything will feel balanced out and ready to roll. So yeah, this is going to take a little longer. So let me continue to terraform ourselves a custom island. Once again, XP comes to the rescue, and goodbye, phantoms. Have a great time burning up in the sky, but welcome back, guys, and we now have all of the kind of lower lip of the island settled and ready to go. So step down about 3 blocks, and I think we now have enough room to eventually build the pyramid here. So I think that's going to be good. I am considering going up 1 more block. So if we put down like a sand block here, sand block there, and then 1 up here, I think that's a pretty good height. And then once we're down here, so once we put the last sand block right there, we're going to do a row of sandstone all the way across there. And we'll do some half slabs and things along those lines. And of course, take some actual stone and then carve downwards to fill in all the gaps. I almost thought that was a Vex. Almost thought that was a Vex. You know, you've got a really nice outfit, and I really appreciate it. A pirate loves his gold, and a pirate wants your gold. Ha ha ha. Give me that thing. Oh, no, he won't give it to me. That's fine. Anyway, so I think that's good. So yeah, we're gonna need a lot of sand to fill in these islands. Yeah, that island took way more sand than I thought. I had an entire shulker box, but that was definitely not going to cut it. And I'm out here, right? Hanging out. And now Wells Knight is the savior of Scar, keeping those phantoms at bay. I decided I'm not going to sleep. I'm not going to put up with those phantom games. They can keep coming after me all they want, and I will not play into their, ooh, you got to take a nap, Scar. No, not going to take a nap. I'm just going to rely on everyone else to sleep. So they bird in the sky. Sand in hand, we're ready to roll once again. Apparently I can't get out of the boat, Scarf. All right, so what we need to do is continue the placement of all the sand around the edges. And so all the sand that I had only accumulated on this island, so we still have this one to go. So let's dump off all of the supplies into here. So the sandstone, of course, is for the little lip going down into the ocean. And we also have a black shulker box full of sand also. So let's get busy on this one over here. And eventually we'll get those little bits of sandstone down there. And I think this will look pretty cool. Got an eye out for the phantoms, of course, because I don't cooperate with them anymore. Like I said, no, I'm done sleeping for them. I'll do what I want. The sand has been laid throughout all of the islands, and they're looking super fancy. So now we're down in the water. So what I'm trying to do is cover up the cobblestone there. So I've started putting some of our sandstone across here. Now, one of the great things about 1.13 is now that we have these half slabs, we can put these in the water and look at how we can create these beautiful tropical beaches looking super fancy. So, and then we can add, an additional block across here and maybe even throw in an additional one like that and just really create something really nice along there. And once we get the stone, on the back here, kind of making an arch shape like that, this will all come together. But I don't have any stairs on me at the moment, but you can also use those. But truly, we now have a great way of making a beautiful sloping beach into the ocean. Like, this is absolutely perfect. And I keep going back and forth on what my favorite 1.13 item is. And I think in the end, after all the dolphins and the turtles and all that cool stuff and just the general atmosphere of the oceans has kind of worn off, this thing right here will truly be the standout of 1.13, is the ability to put half slabs and stairs underwater and a variety of other things. I hope that when Mojang comes out with 1.14, they continue to slowly implement more and more waterlog blocks into the game, because there's still quite a few things we can't do underwater. So I think it would be really cool if they just continue the trend of adding more and more waterlog blocks and add mermaids. Okay, I'm done. I really want mermaids. I want villagers with mermaid tails. They're trading in pearls. It would be amazing. Mojang, hello, hi, my name's Scar. Love ya, appreciate ya. Can I have that? Thank you. That's my plea. That's my plea to Mojang. I really want that. Anyway, all right, we're just gonna keep doing this all the way across, and I think this is gonna look super awesome. And I just want to leave you one thing: is what at the moment, what is your 1.13 favorite item that we got in the game? I'm curious. Hashtag 1.13. I want to hear what you guys liked from there, or even if you've liked something a lot and it's kind of wearing off, but there's just one thing that still you're loving, and that's like the half slabs for me or something like that. So yeah, let me know in the comments, and I'm going to continue to lay down all these blocks, make ourselves a sandy shore. Fear me, phantoms. I am the darkness. We've got ourselves 3 phantom heads now that we've slayed some serious phantomage out here. So I also got a bunch of membrane. I don't know what you can use membrane for other than the potion of slow falling. So if there's something else you can use it for, shoot it to me in the comments. I don't think you can make it into blocks or anything along those lines. So yeah, I don't know what else you can do with it, but I do have these phantom heads. These honestly look like an evil turtle head. Like, it would be hilarious, if Azuma, Turtle Man himself, and Evil X was actually an evil turtle. That would be amazing. And this literally looks like an evil turtle. So that's the thing. Oh, no, come back here. I need you. And I need you. And you. And I need to put the helmet on my head because we always seem to hit our head on everything. Beautiful. Okay, so what I've been doing in this meantime here, which took a very long time, was adding all of these half slabs across the islands. And it looks so cool. Hello there, Scarf. So yeah, I'm really pleased with the way this all came out. Took a very long time to get those down, but what I'm working on is even more tedious than that. It is waterlogging stairs and making unique patterns in here. So I'm gonna throw one like that. So it's all sorts of like really fun, unique things that we can do by like swooping around there and making these little patterns into the water just to give it a little bit of a unique shape, because we haven't been able to do something like this before. Like right here, let's just see what we can do with this. We can go like something like that, and we can come over here and pull it out and just make like unique little water trails in the side of the beach here. I'm thinking of it almost as the water has kind of washed onto the beach and it's pulling back, and this is just the remnants of the wave coming back in. So yeah, I'm having actually a ton of fun doing this. It's so simple, but it's also a lot of fun to waterlog these things because it's just new and fun things to explore and to learn from this on how to make better little terraform things. Like I got a bunch of pathways and different creeks and stream ideas from doing this. So really happy about it. But anyway, what we need to do now is we need to put a top on each of these islands. Also, this gave me some super inspiration for a mini coral reef in between the 2 islands. So I'm gonna head out to the coral reef, the actual one, grab some materials, also grab the coral crusher on the way because we don't have silk touch, and yeah, get some coral and make this into a mini reef along here. I think it would look really beautiful. Oh, I have been very lost out here in the oceans trying to find the coral, but finally we have it. So let's dive on in and start harvesting with the Concord Coral Crusher because sadly, I still don't have silk touch. We got ourselves a huge haul here in the coral reef for our artificial mini coral reef I want to build in between the islands. Oh my gosh. Okay, we got some air. Oh, that's good. But look at all that stuff. Even got some sea pickles. So let's bring all this over, start working on it. Welcome back to Twin Islands here, and I've been working on the coral reef and it hasn't been coming out how I envisioned it at all yet, but I think I've cracked the problem here, and what we're going to work on is just incorporating more things to it, even a little bit of dirt or gravel or a cobblestone, something kind of stone related in there, and then clean out a little bit of the sand, and I think things will look a lot better once we do that, and it'll just break up the sand. There's a lot of it. So once we cleared it out, I think it's going to look a lot nicer getting all the little pieces in here. I've also considered just using prismarine and then placing some of the coral fins and tube corals and things along those lines around the edges, which I might try and just see what it looks like. But I do know this is going to look good. It's just going to take a couple minutes here to really hone in on the design. So yeah, let me work on this. Don't judge it too harshly yet, please. I know it looks terrible. I know, but we're going to work on it. It's going to look good in the end. Got a little carried away with our tide pool / coral reef. And one of the things that I noticed that I need to get rid of immediately was the sand. Now the sand didn't really make too much sense, especially on the cliffs faces. So that's why I started to remove that. I may add some of it back down into the very bottom as if the sand is kind of settled down. But if waves are kind of flowing through here, most likely I think the sand would be washed away. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do know it looks a lot better when you get rid of the sand. But so I'm just leaving like little bits here and there, and then adding a little bit of dirt, which we'll be adding on top of it. And yeah, I may have wasted too much time in this project, but I think it's worth it. Like, I think the time invested in this portion is going to really make this unique, having this little coral stretch going through the two islands. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a slow transition away from the stone into a more sandy beach over here. And I think that's a more natural way, but beach experts out there, you let me know. You let me know if this is the correct way that the waves would crash through this area. So I'm going to continue working on this a little bit. Hopefully we can finish this and make it look super awesome. That is a pretty nice looking tide pool. So I feel like this is more of a tide pool than a coral reef because it's kind of tucked away in between the two islands. Water maybe flows a little bit smoother through here, which gives these things life. I don't know. Like I said, you guys are gonna have to correct my scar science on that one. But yeah, I think it looks nice. And over here, of course, we have some of the coral, maybe little bits of dead stuff up on the tops there. I think that looks really nice. And this area right here got the most love, I guess, like thinking about it. You know, standing here and putting things, and then stepping back, looking at it again. And I was like, oh, I should probably work on the other side too. So that one side does not look as good because I spent most of the time standing right there looking down in these two directions, and I'm like, I probably should work on these areas. So I did leave a little bit of sand, so I did do that, and I put down a little soul sand to get some bubble action. Some soul sand don't actually bubble, and the only thing I could think of is maybe it needs to be at least 3 blocks of water above it. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one. And yeah, definitely could use some more work here, but I need to move on and start working on the rest of the islands. So getting the palm trees, getting all the terraformness of these areas done, and a little pirate action on this one before we build the actual temple, most likely in our next episode. But yeah, this was really fun. It was interesting experimenting, of course, once again with new things. And that's what's fun about 1.13 is we got new things, and it's fun to plant the coral and see how it all works and to create a tide pool. And it was really fun. I really enjoyed this. Unexpected inspiration to do this once again. Similar to Shipwreck Island. It was like totally unexpected. It was just a spirit of inspiration sent us on this direction, and that's what I love about Minecraft. So, all right, I'm going to start working on these areas. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some dirt, some stone, and eventually get those palm trees installed, and we'll have dueling islands ready to go. Welcome back, and we've got the islands all covered back up with, you know, dirt and rocks and plant life and all sorts of other stuff. So This might look a little strange to you on the center here. So it's very flat, very unnatural, but there's a reason for that in that we're going to build structures on these things. So I'm keeping it relatively plain and flat on these portions of it. So what I'm going to work on now is along all the flanks of the island, we're going to add the palm trees and other little details along those lines. And that will kind of make it look good enough until we get, you know, the pyramid and, you know, some of the pirate stuff. So my thought process over this whole time has evolved many times. And that's, like I've said many times throughout this entire series, is I love kind of getting in here and organically finding our way. And so what I've found is this is where the pyramid's going to go. An ancient Scotic pyramid that the Scarian pirates are here pillaging and plundering. And then on this island over here, that's kind of the pirates base camp, right? That's where they got some tents. They got a flag. They got a little dock. And, you know, they're bringing all the treasure over the little, I was going to say koi pond, but that is a tide pole. So right over the tide pole. So we might build a little bridge over there. So yeah, I think this will be really fun. It'll be like a massive kind of like addition to Pirate Island. And I can't wait to see all the little things that we do all around Pirate Island. But anyway, so I think that'll look pretty darn good is once we get all the pirate stuff over here. And of course the Scotic pyramid. But what we need to do now is palm trees. And palm trees are my worst enemy, but each time I do the palm trees, I try to improve myself, right? Each time I try to like find what's lacking within the design and improve upon it. So this will be our third time making them. So hopefully we can improve the design. So I need to get some oak and some leaves and get started on them. Welcome back, and we've now planted a good 10 palm trees on the islands. And these things look really, really cool from above. So let's swoop over here. And I think we're getting better at making islands finally because, you know, Black Sands Island was our first one we created. And then, of course, we went... Is there a turtle in that boat over there? Oh, it's so delightful. We have to take a quick land here. We're going to take a quick land. Oh, he's so cute. Perfect, because I want some turtle action over on the main island and stuff. So I do want to try to trap some dolphins too, or at least encourage them in this area just to add some more life to the oceans. But all right, I was turtle distracted. Back to work here. So I think we've gotten better. So we had Black Sands Island and we had Spire Rock, and now we have these two. And I think that is one of the shortcomings of the original islands, were that it was kind of strange just to have one island. Tropical islands generally have multiple little dots of islands around, you know, kind of like a larger piece, or maybe they're split off. So I think this is looking good. We've got the palm trees here. I made quite a few of them, and each one is unique. Each one has its own characteristics, but I think I finally found at least my current favorite palm tree design, and it's this one right here. Like, I think this might be a solid palm tree design. And this is the first time I've ever looked at a palm tree and I'm like, huh, that looks okay. That looks decent. Like, I'm happy with this one. So I think we're making progress. It's taken a long time and a lot of different palm trees designs to get to the point where I feel like we're making progress at least. And this is the current design I think I'm going to evolve from. So take this template and then maybe change a few things here or there. But yeah, I like this one. This one feels solid in terms of its size and its shape and the way the like the angular pieces there angle outwards. So quite happy with that. Once we do build the pyramid, I'd like to add a second tree here. Something kind of, I like to take some jungle wood and just some jungle leaves and just make kind of a tall, kind of bushy, pointy tree. I think would be really nice, and put that around the actual temple. So over here, we're going to put, you know, the different pirate-related things, you know, treasure chests and gold and tents and, you know, a dock and a flag and all that good stuff over there. And I think it's going to look really nice. By the way, I like the baby palm tree. It's so cute. Look at the little fella over there. That's quite nice. Anyway, so over here, one of the things I'm going to do off camera is start forming the tunnel down below. So it's a little easier once we get the temple built and start building the mine systems and stuff like that. One thing I'd like to add within the temple that I was thinking about is something from my survival world, Scarland, was minecarts that just serve no purpose but aesthetical movement. So we have minecarts going in and out of the temple door, and we enter through another entrance. So the main temple door, these minecarts just cycling through there. I think it would look really cool and just add some kind of kinetic energy to the area. And I think it would look quite fantastic. So yeah, this was a really big project. Like this took way longer than I thought. And originally I was, planning, oh, that was my last rocket. But anyway, wow, these do actually look good from above. But, like I said, I was hoping to get a little bit more done, but that was a lot of building today that we did. These 2 custom islands out of nothing with rocks and beaches and a tide pool. And of course, some palm, and some palm trees. But there we go, guys. I really, really hope you enjoyed today as we built our new islands here. And if you have a suggestion on a name for these islands, definitely let me know in the comments. And until next time, this has been Good Times with Scar, and I always really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos. And if you believe the videos are rating, that would be much appreciated. And until next time, we'll see you later. And don't forget to subscribe, because you may just become scarred for life.